Okay, this is on law of sines, what they call the ambiguous case. Law of sines, and this is the ambiguous case. Okay, if we go back to your notes from yesterday, when to use the law of sines. Okay, one was angle, angle, side, and that was, you can abbreviate this a little bit, 2 angles and any side. 2 angles and any side. And the other one was side, side, angle, and that was 2 sides and an angle opposite one of them. Okay, now go back into the assignment you just did and tell me how many of them were this. Okay? Take a minute. So, not once did the author give you the second part. Okay? All of them in section 4.1, it was 2 angles in any side. When you do 2 angles in any side, it is 1 triangle. Always. 1 triangle. Okay, so what we're going to do today is the ambiguous case. We're going to go into the second one where it's 2 sides and an angle opposite one of them. Okay, on this one, you can have 1 triangle, no triangle, or 2 triangles. So this one is the ambiguous case. Is if they give you 2 sides and an angle opposite one of them. And the reason is it's ambiguous. There could be 1 triangle, no triangles, or 2 triangles. And you can abbreviate that a little bit. Okay? And I'm going to go through, how do you know? Is it going to be 1? Is it going to be none? Are there going to be 2? Okay? Okay, so let's go through the ambiguous case. There are 2 parts, or 2 cases, I guess I should say. Case 1, use a Roman numeral 1. For case 1, and we're going to go through several parts on this. Case 1 is if. Now, I'm going to use angle A in my notes. But angle A in my notes is going to represent the given angle. So, like they might give you angle PQR. If they give you angle P, then that represents the given angle. So, if angle A is less than 90 degrees. Okay, so make a note. This represents the given angle. The confusing part of this is if they give you angle B or angle C as the given angle. So that represents the given angle. If the angle they give you is less than 90 degrees, you're in case 1. Okay? And then what you have to test is you have to test A and B times the sine of angle A. And if it ends up that those 2 are equal, okay, if this ends up to be an equal sign, okay, then you end up with 1 triangle. 1 triangle, 1 solution. Okay? Now, here's what the picture looks like. The angle that they give you is less than 90 degrees. Okay, if that ends up to be an equal sign, it would be where this side would just touch. And if I had, like if I had a compass I would put the point here. Okay, I'd put the point right here, and then it would just touch here. The compass, you know, it would be like that. Okay, and it would just touch, and it would form one triangle, and that's all. Okay, so this would be A, this would be B, this would be C, side B and side C. So it would just touch and form one triangle. Okay. Now, all of this is still case 1. If the angle they give you is less than 90. If you check and the A and B sine of A, if you multiply B times the sine of angle A, if A is less than, okay, if this ends up to be a less than symbol, okay, then there is no triangle. There's no solution. Okay. What that would look like picture-wise, it would look something like this, like the angle they give you. And notice I'm always putting the given angle in the lower left-hand corner. There's a reason for that down the road. Okay, it would be like this. You'd have, like this would be side A, this would be B. Okay, I might have B over here, but there's no way that this side, if I draw a compass, there's no way. No matter what I do with this, it's not ever going to touch that other side. So you're not going to get a triangle. Okay? Still in the same case, if the given angle is less than 90, okay, if the side opposite the given angle, if A is less than B, and that's a huge statement. Remember, for an and statement to be true, both parts must be true. And A is greater than B times the sine of angle A. Then there are two triangles to solve. Okay? And the picture, and we're going to go through examples. Okay, but this is what the picture will look like. The given angle, A, it's less than 90. Okay, this would be side A. This would be our B sub 1. This would be like our C sub 1. Okay, you form that triangle. And then what you do is you actually measure, like if I measured and put a compass mark here, if I measured that length A, and then measure it out over here, it's going to touch here also. Oops, didn't draw that very good. So it would also form a triangle here. Okay, so we would end up solving the large triangle. Okay, and then this is gone, and now we have to solve that little triangle. Okay, so there's two parts to solve. This would become our B sub 2. This whole thing here would be our C sub 1. This little part here would be our C sub 2. This would still be A, and this would be B. Okay. So you're going to solve both parts. So you're actually going to solve the big triangle, and you will solve that little sliver of a triangle. I didn't draw that very good, but okay. You might put a note on this. Always put the given angle in the lower left corner, and I'll try to explain why when I go through an example. Okay. Okay, we're still on case 1. If the given angle is less than 90, okay, if side A is greater than or equal to side B, you end up with one triangle. Okay, and it would just touch once here. Okay. Okay, that's case 1. If the given angle is less than 90. And we're gonna shortcut all this for the notes, for the card. Okay. Okay, case 2. Okay, on case 2, okay, it's where the given angle A still represents the given angle. If they give you angle R, then you follow the notes with this as R. Okay, and it would be greater than or equal to 90. If the given angle is greater than or equal to 90, okay, and you might still put a note, this still represents the given angle. Because they're going to change letters. I can't write the notes enough to put all the letters in here. Okay. If side A is less than or equal to side B, you end up with no triangle. Okay, you'll like those problems because then you don't have to solve them. Okay, the picture would look like this. You're going to end up with angle A greater than or equal to 90 as an example. It would be an obtuse angle for this one. And you'll end up with something like this. Okay, and no matter what you do with that side A, it's never going to form a triangle. Okay? Okay, still in case 2, okay, if A is greater than B, you're going to end up with one triangle. Okay? And that one's going to look something like this. They probably have better pictures in the book. Mine's. So the angle's greater than or equal to 90. This would be C, this would be B. A, B. If A is greater than, side A is greater than or equal to B, and it would end up touching down here one time. Okay, so you have one triangle. Okay. Okay, now I want to go through an example or two, and then we're going to shortcut it for the card. Okay? Okay. Okay. So let's look at an example. Say they ask you to find the number of solutions. Find the number of solutions or possible triangles. So the first thing they want to know is it 0 triangles, 1 triangle, or 2 triangles. They want you to figure that first. If possible, solve. Express lengths and sides to the nearest tenth. Okay, express lengths and sides to the nearest tenth. Okay, so here's the given. Angle A is 55.5 degrees. Side A is 25. Side B is 28. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop this for a minute. I want you to figure out first, is it the ambiguous case? Okay. Is it two sides and an angle opposite one of them? Maybe before I do that, I should draw the picture. Okay. On the picture, I want you to always put the angle given in the lower left corner. So angle A is down here, 55.5. I guess if we draw the picture, it's going to tell us. Okay. The side you don't know, there's another thing. The side you don't know goes along the base. Okay, so that means B is 28 up here. So this is C, this is angle B. Okay? Okay, so you figured A is less than B, and then you want to figure the A and the B sine of A. And I recommend you write it down. Okay, so our A is 25, our B is 28. Sine of 55.5. So take the 28 and the sine of 55.5. I got 23.0755. So what you're trying to find is what's this symbol. So 20a is greater than, right? And we already had the a is less than b, right? So we've got this and we've got this, okay? A is less than b is the other part. Okay, both parts are true, so we know we have two, somewhere in there you need to say two solutions or two triangles. That's one answer. Okay? Okay, now what you solve is the big triangle. Solve that first. Okay? So, and we're still using law of sines. A over the sine of A equals B over the sine of B, and so on. Okay, so we have enough to figure. Which one should I figure? B, right? So, and some of it we've already done up here. So if we did A over the sine of A equals B over the sine of B, don't clear your calculator. A, we'd have 25 over the sine of 55.5 equals B, sorry, we can put in B, 28 over the sine of B, right? Okay, now look at this part right here. When you cross multiply this, didn't we just do that up here? So we've already got that on our calculator. So now what am I going to have to do? Divide by 25. So take what's on your calculator, divide by 25. Okay, and I get the sine of B equals, I get 0.9230. You agree with that? Okay, now we know the value of the function. We don't know the angle. So that's when you do inverse sine. So inverse second function sine, inverse sine of, now don't type in 0.9230. You do second function answer, because remember all those decimals are stored. So do second function answer. Okay. And I get 67. Okay, now I got to go back up. How did we round it? Everything to the nearest lengths and sides. I said the wrong. I said sides and angles, right? Sorry, that's my fault. Correct that on your notes. You want both of them. So we'd have 67.37, and if you round that to the nearest tenth, we're going to go 67.4. Now, I'm not sure if I need that, so I'm going to store it. Okay, and I'm going to store it as angle B. So use your STO key, store as alpha B. Okay, and enter. So I've got that if I need to come back to it, and that's one of our answers. Okay, so, okay. Now I should have enough to figure C sub 1. This is also, I better label this. This is my big triangle. This is, let's do the big triangle as B sub 1. So now I should be able to take that plus my 55.5. It's still on the calculator, so plus 55.5. And then subtract that from 180. So 180 minus that answer. 180 minus second function answer. And I get 57, and that's my angle C sub 1. That's the one at the top, 57.12, so it'd be 57 if I round it to the nearest tenth, it'd be 57.1. Okay, and same thing, I don't know if I need that, so I'm going to store it. And I'm going to store it as C sub 1. So store that as alpha C. Okay? Okay, in this big triangle, what else am I missing? C. Okay, now I don't want to use B sub 1 because that's the angle I solved for. So I still want to use the A. I want to use the A over the sine of A equals C over the sine of C. Now, I am forced to use the C sub 1. Okay? That means that if I made an error getting to here, it's a chain error all the way through. Okay, so you want to be very careful when you subtract. Okay, so we'd have 25 over the sine of 55, what? Sine of 55.5 equals, and this is going to be my C sub 1. That is this big C sub 1 over the sine of angle C sub 1. Okay? Okay, now, this, okay, I should be able to take 25 times the sine of C, right? Okay, so 25 sine of, I stored it, so alpha C. Okay, press enter, and then divide by 25. Okay. What's that? Oh, sine it, sorry. Sorry, I divided by the wrong thing. Let's go back. 25 sine of C. I did that wrong. 25 sine of alpha C. Okay, and then I got to divide by sine of 55.5. Sorry. Sine of 55. Oh, gosh. Hang on. Divide by sine. Hang on. Did you guys store or not? Alpha C divided by, oh, because I must have pressed that button. Divided by sine of 55.5. Third time's a charm. Fourth time's a charm. I got 25 point. Oh, yeah. Okay, so my C sub 1 for the side C sub 1, I got 25.47, and if you round that up, C sub 1 is 25.5. Okay, so now there's another answer. Okay, have we solved for everything in this triangle? We got all the angles, got all the sides? Yes. Okay. Okay, now, here's what you do. It's like you put a compass with a point on C sub 1 and the other part of the compass here. Okay, and then you rotate, you measure this, and then you rotate, I would measure this out and move it from here, and it's going to touch over here. Okay, so draw a little mark. I would measure from, I'm going to measure from here to here, and I'm going to mark that out. It would come over here, and it's going to touch. Yep, because it's the same length. So A is 25. I'm actually going to solve that little sliver, but the part that's over here, the missing part, is actually what kind of a triangle? If I know this side's 25 and this side's 25, what kind of triangle if two sides are the same? Isosceles. If it's isosceles, this angle, this base angle, is the same as this base angle. That is critical to solving this problem. So mark this missing part is actually an isosceles triangle, and these two base angles are the same. Okay? So B sub 1, whatever we got for B sub 1, the 67.4, is actually, this is 67.4, so this is 67.4. Okay? And we stored it. We got the whole value. Okay, now, this angle right here is 55.5. I need to figure out what this angle is. What's this? What's a straight angle? 180. So if I take 180 minus angle B, so take 180 minus alpha B. So that little angle inside, I'm going to mark it here. That little angle is, and this is actually our B sub 2. Angle B sub 2 is 112.6. Okay, if I round it. So that's an answer for the second triangle. Now I know A and I know B sub 2. All the degrees in a triangle add up to 180. Okay, so I should be able to add this one and this one. Add those two together and subtract from 180 and find that little angle. Okay? So take the 112.6 plus the 55.5, and I get 168.2.1, and then take 180 minus that answer. Okay, so I get 11 point. So this and this little angle right here. Okay, this is my angle C sub 2 is 11.9 if I round it. You agree with that? 11.9. So angle C sub 2 is 11.9. So you should be able to add all the 55.5, the 112.6, the 11.9 should add up to 108. Out of that little sliver, okay, what else are we missing? Yep, with the little C sub opposite this little angle, this opposite this angle, we're missing this little C sub 2. Okay, you still use the given. Okay, the given part was A over the sine of angle A equals C sub 2 over the sine of C sub 2. Okay, so we've got 25 over the sine of 55.5. C sub 2, the side C sub 2 we don't know. Okay, and sine of, did we store that? We need to, actually we still got it on the calculator. It was 11 point. We round it for the paper, but we've got it all, I've still got it on the calculator. Okay, so we need 25 times the sine of that answer, right? 25 and the sine of that answer. Okay, and then we need to divide by sine of 55.5. Oh, gosh darn it. Sine of 55.5. Okay, and I get C sub 2, 6.24, and if you round it, I get 6.2. Do you agree? Okay. I think last year I must have done 11.9, didn't store it. Okay, have we solved for everything? Yep, that's both parts. Okay, so everything on this second triangle, I should have color coded this. Okay, these are the two angles, and this is the side for the second triangle. Okay, and then these over here are the first one. Okay, so that's an example of an ambiguous case. Now, if by chance you don't follow my notes, and if you don't put the given angle in the lower left corner, because people a lot of times don't hear me say that. It's like, okay, let's say you don't have to write this down, just watch. Let's say I put the given angle over here. Say that was angle A. And let's say the side I didn't know. Okay, let's say the side I didn't know was this side. I didn't know that side. Okay, and this was A. Okay, now you got to rotate. You got to rotate the side you know to the side you don't know, and then you'd end up drawing it like this. Okay, I recommend we stay consistent. Much easier if you always put the angle you don't know in the lower left. It just makes it that much easier. Okay. 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 One more example, and then we're gonna shortcut this. Actually, we're running. How much time do I have? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Second example. Side A is 55.94. Side B is 143.72. Angle A is 30.23. First, even without drawing the picture, can you tell, is it the ambiguous case? Am I giving you two sides and an angle opposite one of them? Yes. Okay, so, and the angle that's given is less than 90. So now you have to start checking. Okay, you go back to the, okay, and what you really want to figure is this. You want to know what is that symbol in between. Okay? And A is less than B, right? So which way? Is it equal, less than, greater than? You multiply that out. Less than, greater than, equal to. Less than? I got one less than, two less than. Okay, less than. Okay, so now you look at your notes. If A is less than B sine of A, this is one you're going to like. Okay, there's no solution, no triangle. Okay, on that other one, remember it has to be an and statement. Both parts have to be true for that to be a two triangle. Okay? Okay, now, here's where we're going to add to your card. You don't need all those pictures. Okay? And my card, this is my ambiguous case right here. Okay? You can put it all in that space. Okay? It doesn't have to be very big. Okay? So add this to your card. I do want you to say law of signs. Law of signs. The ambiguous case. Okay. And the ambiguous case is two sides and an angle opposite one of them. If it's not that, then it's going to be one triangle. Okay, case 1, if the angle that's given is less than 90, I would maybe put a note on there, that's the given angle. If A is less than B sine of angle A, it's no triangle. If A equals B sine of A, it's one triangle. If A is less than B and I would highlight that or double underline it, and A is greater than B sine of A, then it's two triangles. Okay, and the last one is A is greater than or equal to B. It's one triangle. Now you make sure when you do the homework that you use your card. So if you make an error, you're going to find it when you're doing the homework. Okay, the other one is case 2. Case 2 is where the given angle, angle A, is greater than or equal to 90. If side A is less than or equal to side B, and that angle is still given if you want to say that's still the given angle. Okay, then it's no solution, no triangle. And A is greater than B, it's one triangle. And like I said, they may change. If they change and they gave you the one that's kind of tricky, like if they give you angle B, okay, then angle B is the given angle. Side B then becomes A on your notes, and side A becomes B on your notes. Okay, so you have to pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, okay, that should shortcut your notes. Okay, the assignment, there's like 5 problems for Monday. Okay. Finish up. If you did not finish up today's, you need to finish that up. You don't want to get behind on these. You want to stay up. Okay? Make sure you stay caught up. Okay?